Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Mythic Legion's Wasteland Kronnaw, and I picked this guy up during Four Horseman's in-stock sale, so I ended up picking up at his regular price, which is awesome. And he was actually a figure I was iffy on because he is a sort of a spoof or spin-off of a Masters of the Universe figure or character, Trapjaw. Now, the figure itself comes in that typical Mythic Legion style packaging with the amazing artwork in the background. Here we have that side portrait of Kronnaw, and we have some read-up information, so feel free to pause it if you'd like to read up about Kronnaw. The back of the packaging is that same amazing artwork, that whole fantasy lore artwork, something that you'd see almost in D&D, and then you got some portraits of other figures from the Mythic Legion's line. We also have some read-up information on the back of the package, so feel free to pause it and take a look. Kronnaw out of the package looks awesome. He is a badass looking figure, and I'm not a huge Motu fan, so the fact that he was inspired by Trapjaw, it sort of pushed me away from this figure. I mean, it's got some unique colors, which I was just like, I love neon green, so that sort of drew me in. But then I was also like, it's a Motu-inspired figure, and I even passed on the Purplor or whatever that purple orc panther figure was because of that. But I came back to this figure because it has an alternate head that I'm going to use on it, and I'm also veering away from just goblins. I'm actually looking at the Aerthur army because I'm getting Aerthur and his horse. I might as well build up the Aerthur army the way that I want. And I'm going to still pick and choose, and goblins are going to be my main focus, but I might as well pick and choose some non-goblins to go with that army as well. But this figure looks awesome, and he comes with so many accessories, as all the Mythic Legion's figures do. He comes with a headpiece, almost like a crown in a sense, with a lot of detail in it, and it almost gives off a sort of like a dwarven inspired sculpt, and it looks awesome. It's that purple plastic with the metallic purple highlighting the edges, the rivets. Just overall looks pretty awesome. We also get those lovable straps, and actually I was surprised to get two. Usually we get the one on the right, which is the lighter brown with a little bit of a dry brushing over it, but we actually have a choice of doing a darker brown, almost like a black strap, and both of them can hold weapons. One of the weapons that he comes with is this trusty little dagger sword knife looking piece right here, and it's sculpted very nice, and the blade is painted in that nice silver. We also get a claymore or a longsword. I don't know what you'd classify this as. It's just a big sword, and it's sculpted very nicely. This is a sword actually we've seen before. I've gotten it with other figures, and you can never have too many swords, and the deco for this one actually is more designed to meet the darker tone of this figure. Here we get a nice looking axe. Look at the texture in the blade and the handle. Four Horsemen, they put a lot of love into these figures, and the detail is just insane. Last but not least, we get the flail. Again, this is one that we've seen before. I love the sculpt work in the handle. Got like a silver dry brushing going throughout, and we get the real chain, and the spike ball looks awesome. Like, I am a big fan of flails that actually have functioning chains. It's not something that's pre-posed. Now, we can't forget the pauldron. He comes with one pauldron, as that is his design. He doesn't need two, but this pauldron looks pretty awesome. Tons of detail. Paintwork's awesome. I love it. I love giant looking pauldrons. They're just intimidating when they have like the sculpt work and the paint work. They stand out. They're more unique instead of just generic pauldrons too. One thing that I'm surprised though, we didn't get any back attachments for a shield or wings. Here we have his alternate head, and this thing is evil. This thing is a matte black sculpted helmet. This is a helmet I'm sure we've seen before with other figures. We get these silver horns coming out the sides, and the horns do pop off, so you can interchange them in case you have any other horns that you'd rather have on this, but it's a pretty solid looking helmet, to be honest. It's just evil. You don't have any eyes or anything in there. It's a mystery of who he is. The figure up close looks awesome. Skull, fantastic. Tons of detail sculpted into that thing. Even though it's a green and red skull, the thing looks beautiful. And it even has like a pearlescent shine to that jaw. Amazing vein work going into the chest, down the arm. Just looks like some undead ghoul or a cursed warrior. There you got his plugs. You can put the pauldrons on and plug in that shield holding thing, but we didn't get them. Again, that's odd. But look at the detail in this arm. The studs are painted. The little part on the strip on the top, painted. Chainmail, painted. Again, these guys that have their unique name have a lot more paint. They aren't army builders, so they get a lot more love than those army builders do. Look at that. Sculpted detail, a little loincloth, everything is painted. They didn't miss a spot at all. Even the neon green on the top of the armor and the thighs, the blue chainmail on the hips. Even the gloves got that green accent throughout. The strips have like their leather texture on them as well. We get down to his boots. The boots have some, not really boots, his leg armor have some really nice sculpted in detail. And then his feet do have some crazy demonic, like evil warrior type of shoes or foot armor. Articulation wise, his jaw is hinged. So you can get him with his mouth open in like a shocked look. Or a screaming look, but it looks pretty awesome. It's just on that ball joint, and it has tons of attitude. He can look down quite a bit. He can look up. So good amount of range that you get with this head right here. Now his arms, both of them, they're a little tight. Now you want to warm these guys up. If they feel like too tight that you're going to break it if you move them, that's probably the case. So make sure that you don't force these figures. You want to heat them up so the joints are nice and movable. But his arms go up this far. They do have the nice full-on rotation. Elbows are single jointed. They can bend that far, and they pivot at the elbow. Gloves rotate, wrist rotates, and also bend. So tons of articulation there. And the same goes on the other side, even though it's armor. Like this armor piece actually goes underneath his skin, so you don't have to worry about the armor hitting the skin and stuff like that. He does have a ball in his waist, so you get tons of moving. All the moving you'd want, and it's awesome. I love it. Legs, could do the full Van Damme. There is a thigh swivel up there. You can see it move. He can do a full-on Spartan kick. He has a single-jointed knee. Yeah, single-jointed knee. And ankle bend and pivot. So tons of articulation in these guys, and they look very, very wicked. And I want to show this right now while we have him up close. Here's his little crown. You just pop that bad boy on, and it hangs down. You got to make sure you get it cinched up with this skull, because if you angle it wrong, the thing will just flop. But there you go. Got him with this little crown on. Looking pretty awesome. Here I have Kronnaw with his alternate head and all his gear on him except for the one strap and of course, the skull with the crown. But I mean, you can get him to wield his axe in one hand, the flail in the other one. I have his knife sort of slid in between on his chest. Got the sword on the back. Just a very, very menacing and badass looking figure. Looks like he would just destroy anybody in a battle. This figure is fun to pose around, and now that I have him like geared up with the skull and the crown, I mean, it's gonna be tough to choose which head I want to actually use, because they both look amazing. And one thing I wish is that they would do some sort of, like, with these bigger feet, a little bit of toe articulation would be awesome, but you could still get him posed up in some nice, you know, movement poses, you know, get him ready to beat somebody with the flail, and it's just so freaking cool. Then you have to play the balancing game to get him to keep posing and all that stuff, because that really, he's using one foot and then the tiptoe of the point of his boot to keep balance. So it still looks awesome. And that sums up my unboxing and review of Mythic Legion's Kronnaw from the Wasteland wave of figures. If you guys like what you saw, please hit that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. It'll mean the world to me. And if you want to know when I post up a new video, hit that bell notification so you get that alert. And I want you guys to make sure you show some love and check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. The website link is down below. You get a promo code just for you guys to get free shipping. And there's also a Facebook group for you guys to check out for pre-order, so you get to know what's coming in. And you can get dibs on some amazing pre-order prices, because Andrew does amazing pre-order pricing for his figures. So definitely check that out. And I want you guys to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting and have a beautiful day.